Hi, I'm Melissa Bloom, registered dietitian with A New Beginning. Today, I'd like to discuss a topic called intuitive eating. You may or may not have heard of intuitive eating before, so what exactly is it and how do we apply it to our lives? Intuitive eating is an approach to wellness that rejects the dieting mentality. It promotes a judgment-free environment for us to be able to make our own food choices based on hunger cues and satisfaction cues. It also goes into mindfulness of movement instead of rigid exercise that you follow on a day-to-day basis. In summary, it allows you to dictate your own eating and exercise behaviors versus being stuck on a rigid diet. It's meant to take the stress out of eating. It really sounds like a dream, right? Well, it doesn't have to be a dream for long. It can be your reality. The problem is most of us have followed chronic diets since the age of 8 or 9 years old. So our abilities to actually feel our hunger and satisfaction cues and our willingness to understand that food judgments aren't helpful can be really a tough task. So let's start with talking about 5 principles of intuitive eating. The first principle is to reject the dieting mentality, and it's probably the most important one. Diets simply do not work for the long run. Otherwise, the multi-billion-dollar dieting industry wouldn't be profiting off of us time and time again. The second principle of intuitive eating is honoring your hunger cues. Now, this can be very difficult in our daily lives, especially as chronic dieters, and understanding the difference between our physiological hunger or actual hunger and our psychological hunger. But getting to know the difference between the two in our daily lives is an important part of applying intuitive eating. The third principle of intuitive eating is to challenge your own food police and food judgments. Attaching our own morality with food on a day-to-day basis can lead us down a windy, detrimental trap, and it makes it more difficult to apply intuitive eating in the first place. Saying that I'm bad for eating a piece of apple pie versus I'm good for eating a salad attaches a moral value to our food choices. You're not bad at all for the food choices that you make. The fourth principle of intuitive eating is honoring our fullness cues and being able to recognize when we truly hit a level of satisfaction with food. It can be difficult to do this because of the multiple types of emotions and level of stress we have going on a day-to-day basis. But being present and aware can help us recognize when we actually feel satisfied versus soothing emotions with food. The fifth principle of intuitive eating is to honor your health. Now, if this means that we have a specific condition like cardiac disease or type 2 diabetes, we have to be aware and cognizant of making food choices to honor these health conditions. Now that we've covered 5 of the different principles of intuitive eating, how can you start to implement intuitive eating into your own life? Start by disengaging in social media and other entertainment while eating. They can really distract you from being present at the meal. You can also start by creating an environment that sets you up for successful intuitive eating. Get a new centerpiece or placemats to make you really feel present in that area. And lastly, give yourself the permission to reject the dieting mentality. Chronic diets just don't work in the long run, and judging yourself for foods that you eat creates more anxiety around food in the first place. So get rid of chronic diets and food judgments to make room for intuitive eating. Thanks for checking out my video today. And if this and other food and nutrition related topics interest you, follow me on social media. You can also contact anewbeginning.com and ahealthywayout.com to seek nutrition and therapeutic support. Hope to see you next time.